I'm going to tell you one of the major signs that you are evolving and growing on your journey, whether it be spiritual, whether it be to do with like physical, anything physical, or mental work, right? Now, one of the main signs that you are evolving is when you start to contradict yourself over the span of time that you're working on yourself. And this may sound like as a shock to you guys, contradiction, but when I explain it, you'll start to understand, right? When you contradict yourself, right, it's when you have said something in the past, but now you think differently. You had one way of living and now you're living the opposite thing, literally the complete opposite thing. Or now you're at a point in life where you're bouncing between both things, even. You just constantly contradict yourself. This may sound very unstable, right? But one thing you need to understand is there's no stability anyway in our universe as we know it. Things are constantly changing, either growing or decaying. You know, even our bodies, we were born, we live and we die. You know, we're never permanent. There's always a change to everything. There's a cycle to everything. So whether you say one thing in 2025 about how you like steak, and now it's 2028, and now like suddenly, you know, the taste just is, now it resonates with you. Now you just love the taste of steak. You know what I'm saying? And that's natural. That's called evolution. It means you're changing. Whether it be you're moving forward or you're decaying, you're going backwards. You know what I'm saying? You're still moving forward. The thing you should mainly get into your head is to have no loyalties, but to yourself, to your own thinking, your own decisions. Just never, if you want to stay the same position you are in anyway, unless you want to get off that same position you're in currently, follow your intuition. When you think you need to, there's a need for change, even if it's the opposite thing, even if it's the thing that is the most controversial in your culture, community, then go ahead and do it. Follow your own thinking. Think for yourself. Don't think with the herd. Don't think with the masses. The majority are more often than not always wrong. Always think for yourself and change where you need to change. You know, flip your decisions, flip your personality where it needs to be flipped. If it's not working for you right now, then clearly there needs to be a change. And then when you do change and that's working for you, but then it stops working, you need to change again. You know what I'm saying? It's constant evolution, constant change. Yeah, if your one way to life is strengthening, you're not evolving, you're just stagnant. You're fortifying your stagnation, right? You're in the same position, deepening your roots and fortifying what still keeps you blind. In some respects, anyway. Now, just extrapolate what I'm saying to whatever field you're trying to work in, or mental, spiritual thing you're trying to do with yourself, with your life. I don't know what you want to do with your life, but you know, and you know how to apply this information. There's no agendas being pushed here. So what does evolving truly entail, right? Evolving truly consists in checking every possible place where you can grow. You know, checking all your blind spots, all your mirrors. Now this is where we start to get into the side of finding the truth, you know, more spiritual, finding the objective truth kind of thing, or finding a way to move through your life in a spiritual manner. And spirituality is nothing more than altering your definitions so that you can alter reality, because all reality is all the only thing that you're experiencing from reality is just your own definitions. Once you alter them, you alter reality. That's spirituality. So this is the only way to operate with true spirituality in reality. You check your blind spots, right? Because every extreme has a blind spot. One side lacks what the other side has. You know what I'm saying? And the other side also lacks something, an element that the other side has. So what do you need? You need a bit of both. You need a consortium of everything. That's why I say check your blind spots, right? You know, no truth is monopolized into one group or denomination. You know what I'm saying? It's not that the Muslims could be right or the Christians could be right. They're both right. You have to just be able to have that metacognitive consciousness to perceive both truths simultaneously and move through life with both point of views, right? Being able to do that, you'll be unstoppable, mate. You'll be unstoppable. You need a consortium. You don't need just one thing, because even if you do find that one thing that works for you, eventually you'll grow out of it. You're gonna grow past that thing, and you'll need to find something else different. You don't strengthen it. You don't do more of what doesn't work, because it will just keep not working. You know what I'm saying? Duh. But you need to add more. Not add more, sorry. You need to do something different. Do something different to make another quantum leap. You know what I'm saying? Even if it means stepping on the soil that you already have to tend to new soil, you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is what you call increasing your mental complexity over reducing the world's complexity. That's usually what happens, right? That's usually the categories to people, the two categories that people can fall into. Either increasing their mental complexity, their metacognitive abilities to be able to perceive truth and all, or reduce the world's complexity, see the world as only one way and keep narrowing your vision in a sense. You know, keep on making the world seem more simple than it is. Oh, there is a heaven and hell. We just need to live morally correct and, you know, we'll get there to this destination or that destination. Mate, morals change with the advancement of society. Morals have changed with the advancements of societies. But I'm not here to be political or anything. I'm just critically thinking about, helping you to critically think about these things. For this example anyway. But with increasing your mental complexity, all you're doing is increasing your range of vision and movement throughout reality. Able to alter your reality at will through altering your definitions at will at any point in time. So when people start to tell you that, oh, you've changed, or, oh, didn't you say that you don't drink it, that you're never gonna drink, or I thought you said that you didn't like talking to girls, I thought you said that you were bisexual. So I don't, bro, whatever. If people start to ask you why you switched up, that means that you're changing. Whether it be for better or for worse is your journey, mate. I don't know what you're trying to do with your life. But more often than not, you are evolving because you're experiencing new things, right? I don't even like to think of things as regressing. Like, I only think regression happens when you're stagnant, actually. So I know that regression only happens when you're stagnant. Because once you're stagnant, you know, you stay there for a period of time, then you start to decline because that thing isn't working for you anymore. So all it is doing is destroying you. Self-destruction. The only way, even if it appears to be a change for the worse, you're still changing, you're experiencing something new. When you come out of that situation and you find out, okay, this was the wrong thing to do, that's useful information, that's valuable info. Now you know that's not the right direction for you to go to, or that if you do have to do something like that again, you know, you shouldn't stay too deep in it. Do it for as long as you did last time. Do you know what I mean? And that is the end of this video, folks. Remember that you're the key to all this, and what the information can do for you. And like and subscribe if you made it this far.